You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 70 degrees, going up to a high of only 80, but it's going to rain. It's going to rain this afternoon. It's going to rain. But that's okay. Little rain never hurt anybody. Some people don't get rain at all, so I'm not going to complain. Going to roll on with it. So today is July the 1st, y'all. It's July the 1st. Yes, it is. You know, a couple days will be 4th of July. Not like normal because there'll be no fireworks, but it's going to be 4th of July, none the same. It's also National Postal Worker Day, so salute a postal worker for doing the work that they do. They make sure we get our mail on time, our packages on time, all of that good stuff. It's National Postal Worker Day, so when you see somebody from the post office say hello and congratulations or we salute you, whatever you want to do, but just show them some love because it's their day, National Postal Worker Day. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Thyssen for today, Wednesday. It's hump day. You're in the middle, baby. It's hump day. Wednesday, July 1st. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Try to curb your tongue and let others at least get a word in. Don't let your partner get away with spending too much of your money. Set a limit on the amount you're willing to spend and be sure to stick to it. All right, Aries. Watch the coins. Watch the coins and curb your tongue. Yeah. Let others get a word in. Just shut it down. And watch the pocketbook. All right, Taurus. Your energetic nature and ability to initiate projects will add to your popularity. Don't beat around the bush. State your case in plain and simple terms. Put your energy into your work and money-making ventures rather than into your emotional life today. Listen, focus on your business. Don't let the emotions overtake you today, Taurus. Focus on your business. Handle your business. You got things you got to do. Money-making ventures. That's where you want to put the mind today. Because, listen, emotions is a mindset. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but they're in their mindset. Because we can choose to be happy. We can choose to be sad. It's all in our minds. It's all what we choose. So put yours today, Taurus, on making some cash. Cold, hard cash, baby. And Gemini. Go to the top if you're being harassed or held back. Ease the anguish by offering assistance. Problems with gas, oil, or water in your home may disrupt your routine. Listen, if you have a problem with somebody, go to the top. Just go to the top. If they're harassing you, go to the top. Yeah, if you feel like you're being held back, go to the top, Gemini. Get it out there. Yes. I'm just saying, don't let anybody hold you back, and don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. If you believe they're holding you back or they're harassing you, take it up with the top people. And if they don't do something, go to the top of them. Keep going till you get a resolution to the problem. Cancer. Take on positions that offer on-the-job training and pay, of course. Pay for courses related to the business. Opportunities will unfold. However, you must be willing to pay the price. You will be able to make financial gains. Okay, Cancer, that's a good one. That's a good, it's good. That's a good horoscope. Yeah. Take on positions that offer on-the-job training or pay for courses related to the business. Opportunities will unfold. However, you must be willing to pay the price. You will be able to make financial gains. Okay, you got a good one today, Cancer. Money. Okay, I ain't gonna sing, y'all. I like the music do the singing for me. You know, y'all know I love songs. Leo, be careful when dealing with loved ones. Expect to have problems with the ones you love. Empty promises are evident, therefore, get it in writing to be safe. Empty promises are evident. Listen, let me tell you something. Especially if you know that person is not reliable and they don't keep their word. Put it in black and white. Put it on paper. Put it in ink. Put it somewhere. Get it in writing. So when they try to backslide, like no. Right here, black and white, baby. Black and white. Virgo, secret enemies will be eager to spread rumors about you. Social activity should be on your agenda. Financial gains can be made. Virgo, you got some secret enemies just waiting to stab you in your back. They're spreading rumors already about you, so watch your back. You got them, it's them secret enemies. This is the one that smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Watch out, Virgo, you got some. All right, listen, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by a noted astrologer, Micah Thiason. Stay tuned.
1, 2, 3.
Love should be easy. Why should it not? When all you want is to be loved, is to be loved. But love ain't easy. You taught me that. I let you in, now you want out, now you want out. I don't understand why you hurt me. I don't understand why you wanna let me down. Can't understand. Was it all worth it? You play me good just for a rush, just for a rush. So now I wrote a song about us, with tears running down my face. Now I wrote a song about us, just trying to fill that empty space you left behind. You left behind, you left behind. You left behind. You left behind, you left behind. Can someone help me to find love again? 'Cause all I want is to be loved, is to be loved. Can someone free me from all my doubts? Feels like a prison, I want out, now I want out. I don't understand why you hurt me. I don't understand why you wanna let me down. Can't understand. Was it all worth it? You played me good just for a rush, just for a rush. So now I wrote a song about us, with tears running down my face. Now I wrote a song about us, just trying to fill that empty space you left behind. You left behind, you left behind. You left behind. You left behind, you left behind. So now I wrote a song about us, with tears running down my face. Now I wrote a song about us, just trying to fill the empty space you left behind. You left behind, you left behind. Oh, you left behind. You left behind, you left behind.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiason. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Don't be too quick to let friends and relatives know what you're up to. Cultural activities open your eyes to new ways of doing things. Don't try to twist things around so that they sound more enticing. Listen, keep your business to yourself. Don't let your friends and relatives know what you got going on. Don't do it because they can shoot it down or they can give you some negative energy. Keep your business to yourself today. All right, Libra, just don't share. That way you don't get no negative vibes, no negative energy from anybody. Scorpio, you're in the mood for love. You may cause a fuss if you come on too strongly in public. You need to refrain from being the generous one in the group. Yeah, you're in the mood for love, but don't come on too strong today, Scorpio. You know, Scorpio, y'all got a reputation. You know what that reputation is. You know what they think about Scorpio. Don't come on too strong in public. I know you're in the mood for love, but not in public. Not so strong. People are watching. Cameras are out. Videos are being made. You'll wind up on social media. You know, everywhere you go these days, there is a camera watching you. Yes. Sagittarius, you should not be concerned with coworkers who insist on spreading rumors. Try to stay calm and understand both sides of the situation. Your mate will be distressed if you refuse to make a commitment. Listen, why you don't want to commit, Sagittarius? Yeah, you're stressing the person out, but you need to tell them why you don't want to commit. If there's a reason you don't want to be in a committed relationship with that person, let them know. Because they can either move. Now, if you stand there selfishly, it's going to backfire in your face. But if there's a real legit reason that you, and when I say legit, it's a legit reason for you, that you don't want to be in a committed relationship, you should let them know. So that way they can figure out what they want to do. Do they want to stay or do they want to go? Maybe that's what you're afraid of. If you let them know the truth, they just may want to go. But that's not fair, so you should let them know. Capricorn, you can pick up some overtime today. Your involvement with the children will be most rewarding. Make sure you concentrate if operating machinery or vehicles. Listen, pay attention, Capricorn. If you're operating machinery or vehicles, pay attention. You don't want anything bad to happen, so pay attention. Keep your eye on what you're doing. Yeah, and you might need a few extra dollars to do some overtime. It's up for you today. Aquarius, you can find solutions if you're willing to communicate. You can help other people with their financial problems by setting up a budget for them. Social activity should be on your agenda. All right, listen, Aquarius, you good with money? Help somebody set up a budget. You're helping them out. Some people don't know how to budget. They know that they've heard the word budget, but they really don't know how to set a budget. Yeah, help them set up their budget and go out and do some social activities today. Yeah, do something nice. All right, and my fellow fish Pisces, don't let others take advantage of your good nature. Self-improvement projects should be your key concern. They are. Family members may want you at home when your heart is telling you to spend time with someone you recently met. I haven't met anybody, fish. I don't know about you, but your family members want you to stay home, so you got to make a choice. On the flip side, self-improvement projects should be the key to your concern. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about right now. That's not true. I'm thinking about my business and self-improvement. I'm doing some work on myself. Let me tell you, I'm doing some work on myself. You hear me? I'm always doing work on myself because I want to be a better version of me every day. Oh, that's a good quote, right? That should have been my quote at the end of the show. I want to be a better version of me every day, so I work on myself. That's true. I do. I did something yesterday. It was very eye-opening. Working on myself, and I really enjoyed it. I really got a lot out of it, and I felt good when I got finished, and I slept like a rock. That's what happens to me. When I get these epiphanies and eye-opening experiences, when I go to bed, I just sleep hard, and I wake up in pain because I done slept so hard. All right, listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with your horoscopes and a guest. Not no news tomorrow because I got a guest. It's part 2. Energy healing with my guest tomorrow, LaShawn McCrary. She was here last Thursday. If you missed that episode, go back, listen to it. It was amazing. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be just as amazing, so make sure to tune in. Now, let's go ahead and get on to some news you could use. Now, someone came to me about helping them write a book some years ago about someone in my family. The person is famous. And I was like, I'm not helping you write that book because they know I write books. I was like, oh, no. I'm not helping you write that book. Not gonna happen. Not by me anyway. And the person got mad at me. They were trying to get all the family members to go in and tell, put some stories in this book, and everybody said no. And they wanted me to help them publish the book because they knew that's what I do. I was like, not me. Not gonna do it. Not pulling me in this crap. So I backed out. But anyway, President Trump's niece, her name is Mary L. Trump. She wrote a book. It's called Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. She wrote the book, and the book was about to be released this month by Simon & Schuster, and a judge blocked it yesterday in New York. They was like, nope, can't release the book. So it has a temporary block on it. Now, just the fact that that part made news. When it does get unblocked, oh my God, it's going to sell off the shelves. That's his niece. So everybody probably figures she got some insight. She got some inside stories that don't nobody know about, which is true. It's an unflattering tell-all book written by Mary L. Trump. It won't hit the market in July, y'all. There's a temporary block on the book. I don't know how long the block is going to be, but it's blocked. And I could tell you that people probably want to read that book like they want to breathe right now. But his brother went in there and they got an attorney and they blocked it because they said, she violated some confidentiality stuff that was put in place by President Trump's father. So listen. So the family, if you're in their family, you had to sign some NDAs. That's non-disclosure agreements. So you in the family. I need to start telling people in my family they got to sell. And listen, you got to sign an NDA. I have never thought about that, but obviously they had some secrets. Listen, the person that came to me about writing a book in my family, yeah, we should have made them sign an NDA. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing it. Count me out. And everybody else that person went to was like, nah, we ain't doing that, because it's a scandal. You know, obviously she really does not like her uncle to want to put that book out. Like, she really does not. She can't possibly. Because even in the book we were going to write, like, there was no means. Like, I don't know anything about the person, because the person is in my family, but they're not blood to me. They're blood to somebody in my family. And the person that came to me is blood to somebody in my family, in my immediate family. Like, the person that's, anyway, I wasn't being a part of that. So the fact that she wanted to put that book out was like, ooh, she must really dislike her uncle. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, let's keep moving. So, you know, the COVID-19 delayed sentencing of a former Gwinnett officer found guilty of using excessive force. Because of the virus, they have, pushed the sentencing back. So, following the former Gwinnett County police officer Robert McDonald's trial in February, the lead prosecutor on the case requested that he be put in custody right away. But that didn't happen, and the coronavirus pandemic has since delayed McDonald's sentencing. In fact, District Attorney Danny Porter said McDonald's sentencing will most likely take place after July 13, nearly 5 months after the trial ended. So he's going to jail? Mm-hmm. McDonald was found guilty during a trial of aggravated assault, battery, and felony violation of the oath by public officer for the 2017 incident, which he and another officer were captured on a cell phone video striking and stomping Demetrius Hollins during a traffic stop while he was handcuffed. See? Well, now he's going to jail. Demetrius is out free. He's going to jail. I saw that video. It was awful. They had him handcuffed. He was on the ground, face down, and he came over and he stumped him in his face. It was crazy. And this lady on the other side of the street. She was videotaping it. So he couldn't say he didn't. The person was on the ground, laid down. It was a traffic stop. He was a black man. The cop is white. I have no idea. But anyway, his trial is being delayed. So, yeah. The Atlanta Hawks will offer up the State Farm Arena for voting. Listen, they know how important it is to get the vote out there. So, the Atlanta Hawks found an innovative, community-minded way to use the State Farm Arena while the coronavirus pandemic has left the building without its usual slate of concerts and sporting events. Yep. The Hawks and the Fulton County have announced plans to use the facility in downtown Atlanta as an early voting site. With 700,000 square feet of space, there's plenty of room to comply with the social distancing requirements that hamper voting before and during the June 9th primaries. Here's the thing, though. I don't think that people knew that those sites were out there. So I think it's going to be very important for us to make sure that they know that there's early voting, that you don't have to go stand in lines on the day of the election to vote for hours and hours and hours at a time. The fairground was open. Nobody hardly ever went to the fairground. I don't even know if people knew the fairground was open to vote. Here's my thing. If you don't want to stand in a long line, drive 20 minutes out the way to vote early. If you don't want to stand in a long line for 2 or 3 hours in the heat and the rain and all that stuff, drive 45 minutes out of your way to vote. I'm just saying, early voting. Go vote. You got to vote. So the Atlanta Falcons and Fulton County have partnered on this. They're going to make sure that their people can vote. The facility is downtown Atlanta. It's 700,000 square feet of space. That's a lot of space. And here's my thing. There are some of us who are concerned about the pandemic. Most of us are not. Look at the beaches. Look at the malls. Look at the lines at the grocery store. Look at the people fighting and throwing the food on the floor because they don't want to wear the mask. They don't care. You go out and vote early. Go to the polls. They don't care about that stuff. They could care less. Yeah. So that's a good thing that they're doing. They're going to have early voting. It's important, guys. This is a really important election. There are some runoffs that are coming up as well. You want to make sure that you go back out and vote for your candidate. If your candidate that you voted for in the primaries is in the runoff, go out and vote again. You have to. Because this election is just as important as the primary and the general election. So you have to go back out and vote. I know it's a hassle, but when you have 8 people running for the same seat, it's bound to be a runoff. Like, I don't even understand. Like, everybody thought they could win. I looked at some of the people say they're not going to win. They should have looked at their campaign managers like, listen, you should just drop out. Be honest. I looked at some of the candidates like, you ain't going to win. Like, you shouldn't even be in the race. But I say that, but there's somebody who ran for a seat in government that I know should not have won, and they are in a runoff. When I saw that, my lip hit the floor, and I was like, how in the world did that person make it that far? I believe the people that voted for that person have no clue who they voted for. But it's going to come out. If that person wins, the runoff, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. And they're going to be like, what did we just do? Yeah. Especially if they make it all the way to where they're trying to go. Not calling no names. I'm just saying that is a hot mess. I know for a fact that's a hot mess. And I'm surprised that the people that voted for that person don't know they voted for a hot mess. But hey, stranger things have happened. I'm just saying, stranger things have happened. So anyway, early voting. You're going to be able to vote early. The area will open July 20th for early voting ahead of the primary. So if you want to vote early in the primary, July 20th is the time you can go out and vote. So early voting for the runoff, not the primary. Early voting for the runoff is August 11th. If you want to do early voting for the runoff, it's July 20th. So if you need to go out and vote, go out and vote. Just go vote. Don't be playing around. It's important. If you voted for someone in a primary and they're in the runoff, you got to go out and vote again. Unfortunately, that's just how this thing goes. You would think that the person with the most votes will win. Well, no, you got to be 50% or 51% or something. And speaking of runoff, the recount confirms that Nicole Hendrickson will be running up against Lee Thompson in a Democratic runoff. Yep, Curt Thompson. He requested a recount. It took so long for us to get the numbers in. And so once we did get them in, Curt was down by 20 votes from Lee Thompson. Curt Thompson was down by 20 votes from Lee Thompson. He said, you know what, it's worth getting a recount. Because, 20 votes is not a lot. But when they did the recount, it went from, he gained 7 votes when they did the recount. So instead of 20, it was 13. Curt was still behind Lee Thompson. So now it's going to be Lee Thompson and Nicole Hendrickson running in the runoff. And remember, if you voted for either one of these candidates, you got to go out and vote again. If you do early voting, it's July 20th. The regular runoff is August the 11th. So you got to go out and vote again. So whichever candidate you support, if you want to see that candidate take it all the way to November, you got to go out and cast your vote again. Nicole had a lot of people vote for her. So it's going to be interesting to see what the runoff is going to look like. Because there was a lot of people running against her. I think it was like 6 people running against her. And she had over 100,000 votes. So Lee Thompson had, just to give you some perspective on that, Lee Thompson had 14,271 votes. And Curt Thompson had 14,258 votes. Nicole had over 100,000 votes. But hey, stranger things have happened. It ain't over till it's over. That's what I say. I don't know. It ain't over till it's over. So cast your vote on July 20th for early voting or August 11th. Make sure you go out and support the candidate that you supported in the beginning because they need your vote again. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. I got to keep saying that. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
Let's see what you can do. You think you're so damn smooth. You better think this through. So let's see what you can do. I know them all the signs. I'm a grown woman now. I don't like to waste my time, no. So don't try me one more time. Yeah, yeah. I
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So yesterday, the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, was supposed to expire, but they extended it into August the 8th because there's still $130 billion that's out there on the table for small business owners. I think the problem is a lot of small business owners, especially solopreneurs, don't even know that they can apply for the loan, because I didn't know that I could apply being a solopreneur, and I found out a few days ago that I could, but I was like, man, I'm not, like right now I'm going to miss the deadline, and now the deadline has extended. So if you are a small business owner, even if you're a solopreneur, go find an organization like a CDFI, CDFI? I think it's CDFI. Go find one of those organizations that can help you get the paperwork in order, because you may be eligible to get some of this $130 billion that is a loan right now, but it's going to be turned into a forgiving loan, which means it's going to shift into being a grant. You have until August the 8th to get it all done. So you got a full month and 7 days to make sure that you go and apply for this money. The money is there, but I think a lot of small business owners, especially solo entrepreneurs, don't know that they can get that money, because they figure, well, I don't have employees. But you count as an employee yourself, which I didn't know that. I thought I had to have a payroll of people, even though I do have, like, contract workers that work with me and people that work like kind of on a part-time basis here and there. You know what I mean? So I didn't know I was eligible. So now I have to go and look into what that means for me, because I didn't even know myself. So if you have any questions about it, don't assume that you're not eligible for this money. The Paycheck Protection Program may be an option for you as well, even if you are a solopreneur. But you're gonna have to go talk to somebody who know. So find a company that is helping small business owners. And there are companies out there right now all over the place. But be careful, because you always got that person that's gonna try to get you. Don't pay any monies up front, all that kind of craziness. There are nonprofits out there right now that can help you. See if you're eligible for this money and how you can go about getting it. Now, you got to have your paperwork in order. That I do know. You got to have all that stuff in order, so that you need to have in order your taxes, your IDs, your everything they're requesting. You got to have that stuff in order. So just go check it out, because you may be eligible for the Paycheck Protection Program, and it's going to expire this time on August the 8th. So you have a full month to get everything in order to make sure that when you present your paperwork, everything is there. All right. Listen, if you're a small business owner and you're struggling, it's worth a try. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Somebody said that. I don't know who said it. Anyway. All right, so small businesses in Gwinnett County can now apply for some of the $20 million in federal grants and loans that are available through the county small business assistance program. So there's money there too, like more money, right? County officials said that they began accepting applications for assistance funding, which is available because of the Federal CARES Act at noon yesterday. So they began accepting applications yesterday at noon. The money the county has to distribute to small businesses includes grants up to $75,000 and 36-month loans ranging between $50,000 and $200,000. I wonder, can I get a $75,000 grant for this show? I need to talk to somebody about that. People ask me that all the time. They're like, do you get a grant for this show? And I was like, nah, I don't get a grant. How can I get a grant? I need to look into that. I need to figure out how I can get a grant for this show and make it go all over Gwinnett, so people can know if you are home and you can't get to the internet, all you gotta do is tap the app. I gotta write that down, y'all. That's cute. Tap the app. Don't steal it, anybody. All you gotta do is tap the app and listen to the show. So if you got people, I gotta check that out. But anyway, the funds are intended to help businesses reopen the doors with such needs as deep cleaning facilities, modifying facilities to accommodate ongoing social distancing, restocking inventory, marketing to their clients, and paying staff in advance of reopening and achieving revenue, county officials said. So the money is there, y'all, but you gotta find out what you gotta do. Information about the grants was posted on GwinnettCounty.com on the Small Business Assistance Programs page, and application became available yesterday. So you can go to gcga.us/smallbizassist. That's G as in George, C as in cat, G as in George, A as in apple.us, us/smallbiz with a Z, assist. The information about the grants is there, so check it out. Yep, the funding available for Gwinnett through the Act includes $10 million in grants that will be handled through the Gwinnett County Community Development Program. All right, so you got $10 million for that. So check it out. Check it out. All right, so listen, don't drag your feet. If you need the money is there, but you can't drag your feet. It's not gonna stay there forever. It's not gonna stay there forever. Gwinnett County Transit gets $14.8 million from the CARES Act grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Yes. So the U.S. Department of Transportation Federal Transit Administration announced Tuesday that it has awarded a $14.8 million grant to the Gwinnett County Transit to help the local transit system address COVID-19 related issues. You remember there was a bus driver. He wasn't in Gwinnett County, but he was somewhere. He was driving the bus, and someone coughed on him. And he went home and he made a video about it. He died. Like that shook me. Like, oh my God. He was talking about the person coughed on him. They coughed on him and he went home, he talked about it, and a few days later he was out. That's sad. But anyway, the grant was available to Gwinnett under the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act, also known as the CARES Act. The CARES Act funding set aside a large pot of funding to support grants for local transit systems to help them operating assistance as well as safety planning to support and security equipment, according to federal transportation officials. So there's some money that's going to Gwinnett County Transit System. They need to keep people safe, and that's a good thing because you don't want to be out there and you don't know who's out there doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. Because people they're not taking this thing serious. A lot of them are not. There are a lot of people that are, but there are some people who just saying, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting on a mask. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to throw a tantrum. I've seen women just throw tantrums. I told you I took my mom to get a mammogram the other day. I think it was Friday. And this woman coming in, the whole room is filled with people. Everybody in the room had on a mask. She comes in, she strolls in with her head held high. And she sits down with her nose turned up. And she looks around and she doesn't say anything. And she just sits there and she's reading on her phone. And I'm saying to myself, you got to see everybody who has on a mask except you. So I didn't say anything, because I realized you can't say anything to people because people are crazy. So that the person that worked behind the desk came out. She was wiping stuff down. And she's like, you got to put a mask on. She said it just like that. And I was like, thank you. She took the mask out with irritation. And she put the mask on her face. But she wasn't happy. Oh, no, she was very unhappy about that. And my mom said when she got in the back, because my mom was in the back, it's like, you saw the lady come in with no mask on. I said, I know who you're talking about, but they made her put a mask on. She's like, well, she didn't have it on in the back. Yeah, she didn't. She was being an a-hole. Let me just say that. And I know some people like, it's my right to wear, not to have to wear a mask. It is your right. But don't you want to not infect folks? Don't you want to not infect yourself and your family? Think about that for one hot second. Think on that. I'm going to go to a song while you do. Stay tuned.
If only you could see me now. If only you could tell me why you disappeared, you made me cry. So don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say. You didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't
Welcome back. So, guys, it's been ever since the pandemic hit and they shut everything down in March. A lot of people just have not been getting out. And I used to announce all these events that were going on because it was like events all over the place. There's still a lot of events going on right now, but they're just virtual. So if you feel like you're feeling disconnected right now, I will invite you to go on there and take some virtual things. I'm not a really big fan of virtual meetings and things like that. Not really, because I'm too easily distracted. Like I was looking forward to getting in my car and driving to these events, but right now, there's just not a lot of stuff that I can go and drive to because there's just not a lot of stuff going on in person. I mean, there was conferences like right now. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm supposed to be in Belize. Yes, I was speaking on a cruise. I was supposed to be speaking on the Impact Business Summit cruise. We were supposed to be cruising to Belize right now. We were making it was an 8-day cruise. I was supposed to left on the 26th. Supposed to be coming back on the 4th. I was supposed to be in Belize. It was like me, my husband. We were taking one of my best friends, my other friend, and I had to speak on the cruise. I was excited about that, but this was going to be my husband's first cruise. And the pandemic hit, and as soon as people started getting sick on the cruise ships, the organizer said, I think we need to pull the plug on this. And I was like, listen, whatever you say, I'm good. And she pulled the plug on it, and thank God she did. And it was crazy because I remember the person that booked the cruise, it was a huge cruise, it was a huge conference on the ship. And the person that booked it, she was like, no, it's going to be okay. They're going to take the temperature So what happened was they called a conference call with the speakers and the cruise organizers and the organizers of the conference. And so I was on she asked me to get on the conference call. And so she was like, well, let's get on the conference call with the agent who's booking all this stuff for us. And I was like, okay. So I get on the call. So the agent was like, no. Our cruise line, we're going to take the temperature once they get on. And I was like, yeah, that means absolutely nothing. Not to me, it didn't. Because in my mind, I'm thinking. So I said to her, how do you know where people have been? She's like, well, then we're going to take the temperature. And I was like, that doesn't tell me anything except that they don't have a temperature. So when she said that, I stopped talking because at that point I knew, they're not tracking this good enough, so I'm not going. So I had made up my mind before the conversation was even over. I had nothing else to say. When she said that, I was like, oh, I have no more questions. Like, Your Honor, I have no more questions. And so the person that was organizing the conference, she said, do you have any more questions? I was like, nope. And so when she hung up the phone, she was like, yeah, we're canceling. I said, so are we? I said, that was not a good answer. So we canceled. And she was like, if you guys want to cancel. So I called everybody that was going to me. I think it was like 8 people that was going with me. I sent out a text to everybody like, hey, listen, the person that's organizing this conference that I'm speaking to, I know you guys want to go and support me. She's calling it off. And now you can still go because the travel agent is saying, she can still book your trip for you. But I'm not going. And they were like, yeah, we're not going either. And a couple of days, I want to say 3 days later, you just saw cruise ships with people just stranded, and then everybody canceled. It was crazy. But I said all that to say, yes, we're in different times, and I know a lot of us like to go and network and meet with people. There are a lot of things online that are going on virtual, like a lot. Like I'm looking at one right now that I'm definitely thinking about taking. It's a chakra and aura workshop. I'm working on myself. So, and that's at 1:30. So I'm being interviewed at 12 o'clock, but I think I'm going to go on and take that. But if you go to Wikido, WIKIDO.com, you're going to see thousands of classes, workshop, meetups, wine and tasting, all this stuff virtually online. So if you really do miss, connecting with people, you can still connect online. You can meet new people online because I did a mastermind, a Monday evening mastermind, and I just kind of just went on there and registered and dropped in, and they were like, "Oh my God!" They were people from from this one town. I can't remember what the town was. I know the lady said they had like a bird farm or a bird something, but it was pretty cool. And but they did this mastermind, and I just dropped in on them. People I never met, and they were happy to have me, and it was cool. I didn't like it too much because I felt like, people weren't really given the opportunity to talk. It was just like the person training and teaching. And it's supposed to be a mastermind, which means everybody get a chance to talk. And that's what I think of mastermind. And that didn't happen. But anyway, check out Wikido because there are a lot of... You want to learn how to dance? Learn how to dance. You want to learn poetry writing and spoken word? You can do that as well. That's tonight at 5 o'clock. You want to learn how to do meditation? Yep, it's on there. You got ADHD or your kid has and you need to have a sensory workshop about that? Yep, got it. Shipping as a clothing reseller, everything you need to know, it's on there. You want to learn how to draw? They got online art classes. It's on there. So if you're feeling disconnected and you know, get you a glass of wine. Because I think if I didn't have so many distractions around me, I do a lot of virtual stuff. I don't really care for it as much because I feel like I pay more attention when I'm in person. But I could see me like getting a glass of wine and getting me a canvas and drawing something, you know, because y'all know I want to be crafty. I'm not, but I would like to be. All right. Anyway, there is going to be fireworks, but they're not given by the towns. They're given by people. So we went to the grocery store, and when I tell you there were fireworks everywhere. Fireworks were everywhere. So people are buying their own fireworks. And here's the thing: you need to be careful. Fireworks are not a joke. They're not a joke, and I know people are buying them. We saw a firework kit. It was as tall as I am. It was over $100. It had all kinds of stuff in there. My husband wanted to get it. I was like, we're not getting that. Not going to get it because we don't have any way to shoot it. I can just see those things going up, catching trees on fire. I hope that does not happen. But something tells me something's not going to go right. And because we don't have our fireworks because of the pandemic, you know, people want to do their own thing. Now, people do fireworks anyway. Like, you know, I go to the fireworks near people, but I think this year, because there are no fireworks anywhere, people just going to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to do my own fireworks. So be careful. Fireworks are dangerous. We bought the baby some sparkles. When I was a little girl, that's what we used to do. We used to get this, my mother would get the sparkles on the 4th of July and light the sparkles, and that's what we're going to do for the baby. We're going to light the sparkles. She got a whole box of sparkles, and we're going to just light sparkles and let her hold it until she get tired of playing with the sparkles. That's what we're going to do. That's the only thing we can do. She don't like the fireworks anyway. They scare her. They're too loud. So, but I want her to have sparkles. I had sparkles. You know, you tend to want the kids to have the things you had are better. You know what I mean? My daughter has sparkles. Her daughter's going to have sparkles because we already bought them. All right, listen, I'm going to my last song. I'll be back after the song to give you my inspiration of the day. Stay tuned. listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration, and here it goes. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Let me say that again. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Christopher Columbus said that, and he was absolutely right. Unless you decide to take a chance on something, you're never going to do anything. You have to be willing to lose sight of the shore if you want to get to the other side of the ocean. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? There are times when there's just certain things I just don't want to do, and there are certain things I shouldn't do. But there are some things that I don't want to do, not because I don't want to. It's the fear that's holding me back, because fear is a beast. Fear will hold you back, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success. It's fear of something. And you got to ask yourself, what is that fear? For me, for a long time, it was fear of rejection. And I couldn't figure out why, right? And I had daddy issues. I did. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. It was daddy issues. I felt rejected by my father. I have forgiven him and moving on in my life, but I could tell you that was my thing. And I didn't know what it was. It was like I had to make it bigger, so it'd be better, because it never felt good enough. And so you have to move past those things if you want to get to the other side. If you want to do anything in life, if you want to be the best basketball player, you got to shoot the 1,000 shots. If you want to be the best football player, you got to watch the football tapes. Let me tell you something. My brother and my nephew watched so many football tapes. It is unbelievable. My nephew was here one day with me, and he was sitting in the office, and I'm sitting on one side of the room. He's sitting on the other side. I'm at my computer. He's at his computer, and he's listening to he's watching a football tape, and he's listening to some coaches talk. And I'm sitting there, and I kind of zoned in for a second. I said to him, "Man, that's like a science." And he said, "It actually is," but he wants to be the best coach possible. So that means that he could have been somewhere doing something else. Guess what he was doing? He was sitting down in his office with me. I'm doing business and he doing football. You got to be willing. If you want to see, you got to be willing to lose sight of the shore. You got to be willing to make the sacrifices. And I know you don't have to make major sacrifices, but you got to give up something. You know what I mean? You got to give up TV for a couple of hours. Read the book instead. Watch the video instead. You got to give up something. You got to give up partying. When I became an entrepreneur, I gave up shopping. Lord knows I love to shop. Ask my mom. She'll tell you. I remember having an American Express bill was $3,000 a month. My brother was like, oh my God, she needs to go get some help. I just love shopping. I love clothes. But when I had my daughter and I became an entrepreneur, I saw the other side of the shore. And I was willing to take the chance. So I gave all of that up. And it's so funny because I don't shop as much. I don't shop nowhere near. Like, I might buy something 3 times a year. That's how bad it is when it comes to me shopping. My daughter said, "You did what?" Because she could not believe that I was a shopaholic. But for her and this business, yeah. I needed to cross the ocean because I needed to see what was on the other side. So I gave it up. All right, guys, listen, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me. I appreciate you and love you so much for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to do your horoscopes and to bring you a guest. So if you're interested in energy healing, I promise, LaShawn and I are going to get to energy healing tomorrow. We did not get to much. We touched on it briefly last Thursday, but she has so much great information to share that I did not get to my energy healing questions. I am very interested in that, and she is a very good teacher. And so we are going to have her here tomorrow at 10 a.m. to talk about energy healing. If you missed last week's episode and you don't want to be behind, go back and listen to it by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Listen to that episode and then tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. to listen to this episode. If you like this episode or any episodes, please go to Apple Podcasts and give it 5 stars because I need your 5 stars. That's going to push me up in the Apple Podcast listing, and that's going to make Gwinnett one of the number 1 shows out there about community. That's where I'm aiming, baby. That's what I'm aiming for, and I need your help to do that. Also, if you feel like you want to support this show and support me in doing so, go to Good Morning Gwinnett and just pick any way on that website to support me. You can buy a book, you can buy a t-shirt, you can buy an ad, whatever way you choose to support, please do that. I should put a donate button there just if you just want to make a donation. That's not there, but maybe I will. But anyway, I will appreciate that. Appreciate you so much. I'll be back again tomorrow willing. Tomorrow, God willing. Be sure to stay safe out there. Be careful of other people. It's kind of like when you're driving on the highway, you got to drive for you and the other person. Well, now you got to walk for you and the other person. If they don't have a mask on, you got your mask on, you do your thing. I'll be back again tomorrow. Until next time, y'all, stay safe and make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.